川高校までお出口は右側です。
I'm in Kamakura Kokomai, which is, as you can see, right by the sea here, between Kamakura, that way, and Enoshima, which is that way, that island over there, which is where I'm going to be heading in a little while. I'm actually just going to go up to this level crossing here and get down to the coast, and I'm going to walk up the coast, which is about half an hour or so to the island, and I need to get across a little bridge, which is a cool little afternoon trip. As I say, I'm splitting this day into two. Done Kamakura now. Now I'm heading over to Enoshima with a little walk along the way. There's a ton of people out surfing here. I don't know if you can see them just here behind me. Let's have a look. Maybe I'll see them just beyond the traffic here. See them dotted around, dotted down the coast here. A little bit of blue sky peeking through too. Alright, so here we are at the beach. Can you believe it? It's about, I don't know, 13 degrees out here at the moment. You can probably hear the surf crashing here next to me. It's a pretty okay afternoon here now. It's not too windy. Hopefully you're not being subjected to the wind noise here, and the algorithms are doing their thing. There's a few people jumping around and playing in the surf here too. It's a deeply pleasant sort of place to spend a Sunday afternoon. There's a ton of sailboats here on the horizon as well, so I think that's probably a thing that people are doing too. I've just called home and unfortunately had a quick chat with my oldest daughter, who sounds like she's pretty sick. I think flu is doing the rounds in New Zealand here over there at the moment, so she's got all the symptoms. It's not the blip pandemic-y COVID thing. She's tested for that. So yeah, not good. And yeah, it makes it hard, you know, when you're away from home and your kids are sick. It's pretty tricky. It's pretty tricky. I feel fantastic about being here right now. So this is the reality of like life, right? You know, sometimes when you're away from your loved ones, stuff happens. It doesn't sound too serious, but yeah, would rather that wasn't happening, eh? I'm almost at the island now, you can just see it here. But one of the things you need to know about the Ace Pro is that I'm just about to chew through my second battery today. I took the first battery out and then I've had that on charge, but the second battery is about to go. Now you can get the battery charged up to 80% in about 22 minutes on a high wattage charger. Mine was just going off a kind of like a power pack, 10,000 mAh power pack. So I think it's probably done. I'm just going to swap this one out now and then we'll carry on to Enoshima. But just so you know about the Ace Pro, it does tend to chew through the batteries, as does the GoPro and other cameras around about this size when you're shooting in 4K. And sometimes I've been shooting in 60 frames per second and 120 frames per second as well, which is going to kind of add to that load, as well as a couple of time lapses, just so you know. Okay, this isn't even busy season, and you can see how busy it is going across this bridge to Enoshima Island. It's super busy, and there's even people kind of like wheeling their suitcases across it. I know they're here for the day or a day trip, but they're taking their suitcases around with them as well, which I can not think of anything worse. I mean, like full-size suitcases, not just kind of like, you know, stuff that you carry on a plane. It's like full-size suitcases. That seems a little bit nuts. Right, now I have noticed that you can also take a ferry over there. You'll be able to see it, maybe there you can see behind me, to the caves, which is on the other side of the island. Now I might walk over to the caves and get the ferry back. We'll see how time goes. I've also done almost 20,000 steps already today, so yeah, I've been pumping it out. But yeah, there's the tower is just up here in front of me. Once I get across this bridge, it's still quite a nice blue sky around, with that mottled cloud which has been around all day, which actually makes for really nice shots. And yeah, this is it's been a good day. Okay, so if you want to, you can take escalators up to the top of the island to the candle, the Enoshima candle, which is just there behind me. It's a fair few steps, but it's not too bad. But if you're worried about it at all, I think it's like 1,000 yen to get you up to the top. I'm not sure if that covers you getting back down again, but it's all right. Let's have a look around here first before I go to the candle, although probably need to keep an eye on that because it's 3:30 and I imagine it might close at around about 4:30. Then I don't know if I'm going to have time to get to the caves. We'll have to look that up and see. So it looks like after 5 o'clock all of this is lit up, including this kind of these chandeliers as I'm walking underneath now, and that requires an extra admission to get into just even this little bit around the sea candle. And then the sea candle itself, I think, costs 500 yen in order to get in. That's what I learnt from the person who was letting us into this area. So here we are at the sea candle. If you are going to come here at night, I imagine it is quite spectacular. But you're probably going to do that if you're going to overnight in Enoshima, and I've heard that that's worth doing. I didn't do it this time just because accommodation was a bit difficult, but if you do have enough time to plan for that, that I think might be worth doing. Anyway, let's get up the sea candle. Odd name, and then we will see what we can see. Observation deck, here we go. Okay, so worth knowing, if you are going to come here, it only accepts cash and it's 500 yen in, and you have to buy the ticket here. This is something else. Wow, there's some eagles flying out here as well. Well, I'm pretty sure I'd say this has been the best thing all day so far. This is a cracking view here on top of the sea candle. You can see all around me 360 as I've shown you on the bottom floor. I'll just walk you around here in a minute. But this would be an amazing place to stay for the whole sunset, if that was what you're into. There's another thing that is worth knowing about. There's the Enoshima Island Day Spa, which is just across the bridge here, which apparently is cracking if you want to spend the sunset there or be there for all day, like 3 or 4 hours, perhaps half a day. It's supposed to be absolutely amazing. I'm just going to have a little look to see if that's something that I could possibly do in terms of getting trains home. I'm not sure that's going to work for me today, but if it does, I could be in. So we're just here now approaching Enoshima Caves, and it's getting towards closing time. It's about 4:10 now. A lot of the places are going to stop serving at 4:30, and this is the way to get into the caves, which finishes at 5 o'clock. So yeah, let's get there now and then figure out how I'm going to get back. So this is the Enoshima Caves, which is considered to be one of the most sacred shrines in the area. There's lots of information here about how the caves were formed as you go in, and some of the legends of Enoshima here as well. So the geological history is that this was formed by waveform action and an earthquake uplift. But the Heavenly Maiden and a Dragon with 5 heads legend of Enoshima is here, where a fearful dragon with 5 heads lived in a bottomless lake in Fukasawa, which tormented the villagers. One day, far south of Koshigue, thick clouds rose up in the offing for several days and a strong earthquake shook the ground and the sky. When the earthquake stopped, a heavenly maiden appeared. The clouds were cleared and an island appeared on the sea. I guess that's the uplift. And this island is said to be Enoshima. The dragon was attracted to the maiden and proposed marriage to her, but the maiden said that unless the dragon stopped its evil doing, she never accepted the proposal. The dragon mended its ways and finally could marry the maiden. I wonder if the earthquake stopped at that point too. I thought the guy was going to tell me to stop filming. Now this is the crazy low light performance of the Ace Pro. I've got this on pure video mode and it's wonderful, it really is. I can see some people have some candles here too. Got a candle to help light my way as well. This is pretty cool. This is unexpected. Whoa. You can see where you might need it. Although there's lots and lots of people with candles. And it's pretty well lit as well. It's a nice effect, isn't it? It's pretty cool with all the tap my head right there. There we go. Oh yeah. See one of the caves here. The Enoshima Ice Cave at the foot of Mount Fuji. Now that is quite a long way away. Don't mind my head here. Easy to get myself knocked out. See, I forgot to say it's 500 yen to get in here, but if you've got a free pass, it's not actually free, but it's like travel is free within the area, that knocks a 50 yen off that price to 450. I have to crouch down really low here to get through. Yeah. Just waiting here for a second. I do keep banging my head. I'm just waiting here for these guys. The birthplace of Enoshima Shrine. Oh, super crouch. Wow. Some serious crouching in order to get down there. I sent my, if you've seen my photo, my video on the park run that I did, I sent a photo to some friends last night and they said I look like a giant. I'm not even really that big, but if I was a giant, I would struggle in here. If you're on the taller side, be warned. Make sure you do some knee strengthening exercises before you come down here. Wow, it's like something out of Harry Potter. I think it's time to put the candles back here. Arigatou gozaimasu. There we go. Speaking of Harry Potter, we're now in the second cave, and it looks like they put on a little light show in here for you as well, which is fun. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is kind of fun. Well, that was kind of fun. It's something of a long wait to clap in front of a dragon head. Anyway. Alright my friends, it's been an absolutely brilliant day. I can highly recommend Kamakura and then Enoshima. Now, if I was to think about which one would I do if I had the choice, I would say definitely leave enough time to go to Enoshima. And if you only had time to do one, I would pick Enoshima because I think it's unlike anything else that I've experienced before in Japan. Yes, I've been to Enoshima Island, but it's a very, very different experience here compared to there. And Kamakura was great, but you can see a lot of temples and a lot of things in lots of other places. Kamakura is kind of like got this nice old town kind of like feel to it, but Enoshima, there's something different about it here. I kind of regret not kind of trying harder to spend a night here, and if I were to do my time again, I would probably try a little bit harder to do that. But you might get the chance to do that. So if you do, snap it up. Stay the night here in Enoshima and hang out, because I think the food here is supposed to be great. Staying overnight enables you then also to perhaps spend part of the next day in the Enoshima Island spa as well, which I've heard is a great experience. Wow, just what a day. Could finish off with some takoyaki and a zero beer as well. Oh, I need this. Hey, if you've enjoyed this video, there's plenty more to come. Check out this video next, and I'll see you there.